bet you've had bad days too. You know, maybe days where, man, you just go home and you got a ton of homework to do. It's gonna take you all night long to do it. Or maybe you're at school and you get in trouble and you have to go to the principal's office, and then the principal calls your mom and dad, and then you get in big trouble when you get home. Or millions of other things that could happen to you to cause you to have a really, really bad day, like I did. Well, you know what? I learned something. That just like it's easy to praise God when things are going good, it's not so easy to praise and worship God when things are not going good. When I'm having a really, really bad day like that, it's really hard to tell God that I love Him and that I'm thankful for all the things that He's given to me. But you know what? As Christians, God tells us that He wants us to worship Him when we're having really good days and when we're having really bad days. I want to tell you a story today about a man by the name of Job. Now, Job, he was the king of really bad days. But yet we're going to learn something very interesting about Job. So let me tell you the story. It goes something like this. The story begins in chapter 1 of the book of Job with a description of who Job was. We find that Job was blameless, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and he stayed away from evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 teams of oxen, and 500 female donkeys. And he had a bunch of servants that took care of them all. Job was the richest person for miles and miles and miles around. And God was very pleased with Job. Well, one day, members of the heavenly court presented themselves to God, and Satan came with them. And God asked Satan,
"Where have you come from?"
"I have been patrolling the earth, watching everything that's going on."
"Have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil."
Wow, that was an incredible compliment that God gave to Job. Clearly, God was pleased with the way that Job was leading his life. But Satan wasn't there to hear God brag about Job. No, Satan was there to cause problems. Satan challenged God, saying that if God would allow him to take away all of the things Job had been blessed with, then Job would curse God to his face. Basically, what he was saying was that the reason that Job was such a good man was because God had given him such a good and easy life. So God allowed Satan to take away all of Job's possessions. But God said that Satan could not hurt Job physically. And this was the beginning of Job's bad day.